a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to more Kurokami-sama. Let's see. It came from the skies. This thing, it came from the skies, or rather outer space itself. If you're interested, let's talk at the Net Cafe near Station Plaza. But we also have that other one. Oh, so we missed our chance at that one, didn't we? Checking. Did we miss our chance at that ghost? We did. We did. Absolutely. Station. Our contact can't meet face to face, so we talk remotely. She's a 25-year-old woman named Sayori. The moon. There's a monster on the moon. I've heard stories of a breathtakingly beautiful man on the moon who beckons women to his side. So whenever I could, I gazed listlessly up at the moon. It was so beautiful, so enchanting that I could never tire of it. What I'm about to tell you happened shortly before the waxing moon grew full. I looked up one night and noticed its shape seemed strange. I rubbed my eyes thinking it was some kind of optical illusion, but when I opened them again, I found myself earthbound. I found myself in a strange, eerie place. I wandered aimlessly through the otherworldly space, crying my eyes out for a while, until eventually I managed to make it back. But I know some of my life was stolen from me. I mean, it's not like anyone told me my life was shorter, but I could plainly feel my vitality draining away, like my very soul was being eroded. After that, I began to dread the moon, and I could never bring myself to look at it again. And I'm not the only one who's been through this. There were several others. I'll send over their testimonials. Reviewing the reports, I see that the others are all suffered the same fate as Sayori, and that gazing up at the waxing moon seems to trigger the attacks. Well, we have a woman with us, that might help. So I decided to take a good look at the moon myself. It gives off a soft, bewitching light. Will what Sayori described really happen to me, though? If just looking up at the moon is what triggers it, there must be a lot of victims out there. But maybe they were just unlucky. That's not supposed to happen, huh? The moon, it changed shape? I rubbed my eyes in disbelief. When I opened them again, I found myself in a world of rich, striking colors. So far, everything's just like the reports, but it's still totally overwhelming. Oof. That's what's more, I feel my energy draining away. Nisuki, you okay? Try to keep it together.
トマルこそしかし何よこのトンチキな世界は創造主はだいぶ頭がきてるやつね
We managed to keep each other sane and motivated. Eventually, a giant made of smoke appeared before us. Let's actually get a good look at him. Neat. Alright. Oh, that glitch is happening. Nope. What's so funny? I feel like I keep going crazier in here.
このサイズ差じゃ攻撃通じるかどうか私が圧倒されるなんて
By the time I realize what's going on, the smoke giant colossal hand locks me in a grip. I rise up into the night sky, enveloped by smoke. I've completely lost track of what's real and what's not. I'm in a world dominated by extreme colds. I can't breathe and my body feels swollen. Am I in space? Oh wow, you got the game over. I got a game over. My last thought is the realization that I've been pulled out into space, and then everything goes dark. Okay. Thank you, load button. This game is a little finicky. The smoke giant reaches for us. Try a taste of Kurokami-sama's power! I hurl a jab with every last ounce of my power poured into it. My strike lands a clean hit on the creature. Who continues to laugh even as it explodes. Suddenly, I find myself back in the real world. Asuki leans on me, clearly shaken by the experience.
助かったわ。たく何よ、今の怪異は。正体不明にも程があるでしょうが。
What is this, a rice cake? Strangely enough, the arm I used to invoke Kurokami-sama's power is now holding a rice cake. I'd only learned about this later, but according to Shizumi, the creature we encountered was apparently the so-called Katsura Otoko. So the food we've just acquired is probably a rice cake from the moon, the one the rabbits make, according to legend. How very romantic. She really is not very useful. The sound of the doorbell wakes me up. I check the time. It's 2 in the morning. Who is it?
俺だ、堂丸。明暗が思い浮かんでな。
My camera's busted, so I can't actually see who's standing at the door. I should know better than to expect common sense from him. I don't trust it. So I can just call him on my cell phone. I try calling Shizumi's phone. He picks up on the first ring.
俺だ、堂丸。いい夜だな。思わず星を見てしまう。それで、どうしたんだ？
Mr. President, are you standing in front of my door right now?
いや、自宅だが。まさか、いるのか？俺の声をしたやつが。それは八尺様だぞ。声を真似る技を持つんだ。
Shizumi's words send a shiver down my spine. I better not answer the door. My intercom stops ringing shortly after that. Okay, so we know not to do that. We're going to have to rest.
Kurokami-samaの次は八尺様？なんであんたは女の怪異にモテてるのよ？
Okay, so before we do anything else, what in the world happens if we open the door? Fine, I'm coming. What is it, Mr. President? Boo. I don't have time to react or even scream. How stupid was I to open the door for an uninvited guest in the middle of the night? All this time with the paranormal must have warped my brain. Oh, she's cute. Ashaku-sama locks me tight in her embrace. Boo, boo, boo. She takes off into the night, carrying me in her arms. I'm getting whisked away, never to be seen again. No one truly knows what happens to those who are kidnapped by Hashaku. Fuck it. Chick in a white dress, but I'm not about to find out. I was saying it fine up until this exact moment. So let's stay in our room. avenge Mayumi for me. There's a monster that attacks only women. Please bring one of your female employees and meet me at the Shonen Ujidana school gate. Yes. We were contacted by a high school girl by the name of Yukiko. So, I had a close friend of mine named Mayumi. She was as healthy as anyone could be. One day she told me that she met a yokai jokingly. It happened when she was alone on her way home. A pale-looking monk came up to her. "What say you to a hanging?" he asked her. Mayumi was fast and she sprinted back home, screaming about a pervert chasing her. She was furious. She told me she wouldn't let some pervert intimidate her. In fact, she was planning to tell the monk off. I told her to just let it go and run away if the man ever showed up again. And then, the next day, they found Mayumi hanging from a tree. She was dead. The police say she hanged herself. They called it a suicide. But Mayumi was not that kind of girl who'd take her own life. It must have been the monk. Yukiko finally breaks down in tears.
So の青い坊主とやらが出る場所も時刻も大体は分かってる。私がおとりで出向けばことは簡単よ。
And I'll stay close by just to be on the safe side. Nisuka cracks her knuckles and takes the lead. You can do it. Here's hoping nothing goes wrong. We already know how this is gonna go. Yep, we already know how this is gonna go.
いい感じに薄暗くなってきたわね。なかなか不気味だけど、後ろには銅丸がいるし。そろそろ例の場所だわ。
What say you to a hanging?
出やがったわね。裏剣ででかい陣中を撃ってやる。
What say you to a hanging? What say you to a hanging?
首を吊る。そう。私は首を
She
吊る。
really is useless most of the time. What's gotten into you, Nasuke? With unsteady, delirious steps, Nasuke makes her way to the abandoned plot of land. In the center stands a large tree. There's a rope already prepared by one of the branches. And that's exactly where Nasuke is heading. Nasuke, stop! What say you to a hanging? So, it's a monster after all. I'm curious what the other way will cause. I gotta defeat this thing somehow. I'm about to land a fierce kick on the Aobuzu. But before I can... Ooh. Huh? Another monster shows up. It's Hashaku-sama. She slowly reaches for the Abuzu. Damn! And tears off his head just like that. Robbed of his head, the creature begins to disperse. Finally, Hashaku-sama turns to me. Po. And waves goodbye and disappears. Looks like Nasuke is back in control. We may have failed to get the monster food, but at least we've gotten rid of the dangerous monster in the area. So what happens if we go to attack? If I waste too much time here, Nasuke really is going to hang herself. I swiftly unleash Kurokami-sama's arm and drive it through the monstrous Aobuzu. What say you to The creature repeats his cursed question until the very last second of his life. Soon enough, he vanishes completely, leaving only a few pieces of flesh clinging to my fists. Nasuke, are you okay?
もしかして、今私、操られていた？なんて屈辱。絡め手が来ると弱い
Yeah,
わ。
no shit, you're useless. I'm just glad you're safe. You could have just kicked him. After finishing up the scene, I go back to my room to get some rest. Following incident, Yukiko reaches out to thank us for avenging Mayumi's death. We're gonna have to rest. What happens if we go to the arcade? Is it a relaxation thing or is it work? I think I'll practice a little at the nearby arcade. That should help improve my focus. After spending a good deal of time playing, I head home and get some rest. That did nothing. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is like that. I have to rest 2 days. There we go. Sucks, but that's what we're gonna have to do with how low we were. Got a few we can do. Okay, the shopping district. I'll bring her with me and see if she's useless again. Then we'll take the guy. Let's see. According to our contact, workers at this maid cafe keep seeing things disappearing or go flying. That's the gist of it. Thanks for your help, Nasuke. Oh yeah, no, it's a very good thing we brought her ass.
まったく、なんで私がこんなひらひらを。ご主人様、私似合っていますか
Wish
ね。
that glitch would go away. You give her a firm thumbs up.
なんだか雑に処理された気がするわ。まあいいわよ。行ってくる。
I hide somewhere I can easily spring into action and wait for Nasuke to get in touch.
心霊現象だと思ったのは全部同僚の嫌がらせだったわ。
So the real monster this time is a man. I guess sometimes we will get an email leading us in the wrong direction. Thanks for the help anyway. I'll buy you a drink sometime. That calms Nasuke down a bit. Alright, so that one didn't work. Afterwards, I go back to my room to get some rest. Apparently there's a famous priest visiting the local Shinto shrine. He might be able to teach you a new ability. Okay. Move to the Shinto shrine. According to our intel, there's a greatly respected Shinto priest here. Thanks mostly to Shizume's connections, we managed to set up an audience with him. The priest looks distinctive and imposing and opposing. He also has a weak leg and looks like he has difficulty moving on his own. Your circumstances are nothing if not extraordinary, I'll admit. Allow me to teach you a prayer capable of countering various curses. I've learned the prayer. Upon using Kurokami-sama's ear, you have a 30% chance to gain 10 points of spiritual energy. Sweet! That is awesome. That's going to be useful. Having spent most of the time at a holy place, my heart and soul feel cleansed somehow. After that, I go back to my room to rest. So we don't have any more intel. Let's try the hidden beach. This beach looks nice and secluded, which makes it the perfect place to settle things with Hashaku-sama. I undo the hair that Kurokami-sama attached to me. Soon enough, Hashaku-sama pops up behind me.
タイマグッズはいろいろと持ってきた。任せておけ。
Time for some healthy experimentation. Wonder which one will work. God, you're useful. Shizume hurls several items at Hashaku-sama. In response, Hashaku-sama extends her long, slender arm and gives Shizume a flick on the forehead. He went flying.
どれもこれも効果が薄いだったか。
Shizume gets blown backwards and drills right into the sea. That was insane. Shizume's unconscious, but otherwise okay. There's gotta be a way. While I'm busy thinking, Hashaku-sama locks me in a tight embrace. Oh, I think we had a glitch. Okay. Okay, we've seen that. I use all my power at my disposal to face off against Hashaku-sama. She seems hesitant to approach, no doubt because I've unleashed Kurokami-sama's arm. What do I do? Let's try getting through to her, 'cause that's gonna be a bad idea. No idea if she can even understand human speech, but here goes. Poe, what are you going to do to me? Poe. She makes a hugging gesture. It would appear she really does love me in her own way. But a monster's love, or at least Hashaku-sama's love, is all about kidnapping the object of her affection. I can't go with you. If you want to kidnap me, I'll have to fight you. Hashaku-sama hangs her head low. She seems to understand me. However, Poe, Poe, Poe. She spreads her arms wide in a welcoming manner. You want to hug me just once? Poe, Poe. Her intentions are clear as day. I'm a little scared, but I've got Kurokami-sama's arm to fall back on, and I step up to her. Poe. Hashaku-sama locks me in her embrace, then kisses me on the lips, cold as ice, with lips cold as ice. It feels wrong, but also oddly pleasant at the same time. After a moment that seems to go on forever, her lips finally let go of me, apparently understanding my position. Hashaku-sama pricks her own arm, pours some of her spilled blood into a cup and hands it to me. Po, po, po. She waves goodbye and vanishes, never to be seen again. I guess I managed a peaceful resolution. But does that mean I intentionally let a monster go? Me, the guy who drew manga about exterminating raccoons as harmful pests in spite of their undeniable cuteness? After uttering a silent apology to the raccoons of the world, I go back to my room to get some rest. Alright, that didn't go too badly. You can't get all the ingredients. Let me save. There we go. Let's see what Kurokami has to say. Today is the deadline for Kurokami's set for us. In other words, it's time for another feast. I make my way to Kurokami-sama's dwelling.
私は腹が減っているぞ。この空腹が晩餐を至高のものにするだろう。さあ、買った食材を出せ。はあ、
Heaving a disappointed sigh, Kurokami-sama looks at me as one would a worthless piece of garbage.
私の要求に達していない。
Oh shit. Oh. Staring at a wall. My consciousness fades into black before I even have time to register that Kurokami-sama just twisted my head clean off. Okay. Oh, we can go to chapter start. Let's do that. Alright, let's try this chapter again. Wait, what? Let's go from here.
俺だ、どうまれ。いや、
Let's go there. Oh, do I have to read the, I think I have to read the... Let's go there.
大麻グッズはいろいろと持ってきた。任せておけ。
Kiss. So, be really careful. I'm gonna try something. What happens if we bring him? Because we didn't bring him last time. Okay. So we need to take her. Fuck.
たまには息抜きでビリヤードでも行こう
No,
か。
that won't work. So we have to be careful. We don't have enough. So let's go. Give us some focus at least. We're not going to do the maid cafe because the maid cafe is useless. Darn it. Okay, let's see. One, 2, 3. Problem is we're still stuck at 3. See if we can find anything here. We need to find a monster that we don't have to use Kurokami-sama's. Still not far enough to actually trigger Kurokami-sama's curse, though. I take a bite out of a peach I've just picked up. It's delicious as it is refreshing.
取れたての桃美味しいわね。でも桃のピザとかもいけるのよ。
Let's try some. So we'll do that. We'll get our full energy back. So I think I got this one. This is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze here. Trying to get this one to right. I don't know. We may have to restart this one right from the beginning, but we're going to try not to. It gives us a bit more playtime here. So we know we have to kill this one. And she's fucking useless. I think we might be screwed no matter what we do with this one. Can we get another peach, maybe? Start looking for monsters. I search the area and ask locals, but find no trace of anything particularly suspicious. So let's try the Tory gates. It's time to look for paranormal rumors. I search the area and ask the locals. Hey, you want a monster? How about a nation? Gather up enough people and they'll be as terrifying as a yokai. Excuse me, I'm in a hurry. A monster? Sure, I know one. My husband. He's got such a pot belly, you'd think he was a Mama Dankui. I think it's about all the information I'll get out of this trip. Time to call it a day. So that was not useful. Alright. Let's try Iwata Station. See if there are any monsters around here this time. While I'm searching this area asking locals, a young child comes up to me. Hey mister, you looking for some real powerful monsters? The fuck is Ash Ketchum got wings? What the hell is this? Play me in Menko Tengu, and if you win, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Why are you a... Oh, you're a Tengu, but still, what the fuck are you... Why is it Ash Ketchum? So you're a monster? He does give off an inhuman aura, but I'm not sensing any hostility from him. Kids don't play Menku anymore, so I'm all about video games now. Which is why I spend most of my time here. Wait, not the card game? Not card games? Oh, those things are way too expensive. I can't afford them.
会員もいろいろね。ただ無害そうだから、そこは安心かな。
Yes, let's get started, shall we? And don't worry, I'm only fighting for bragging rights. Violence isn't really my cup of tea. You see, some of us do prefer to coexist with humans, so I don't really care if you go around hunting down the more disruptive and dangerous examples of our kind. Still, I'm surprised you're out here in the open like this. I'm surprised you're out here in the open like this. Well, that's because most people, I just look like a random kid playing games. In fact, you probably encountered a whole lot of monsters without even realizing it.
You lose.
The Menku Tengu ends up mopping the floor with me. Say hello to our latest loser, Kamakura Demoru. What a scrub. He sure beat me good. Looks like I gotta keep practicing. Go back to my... Okay, so that didn't lead to anything. Try one. Are there any new monsters in the city like this? There's only one way to find out. It's time to ask around. Oh, monsters, is that your idea of a pickup line? Okay, so I don't think we're going to. Way back, Natsuki buys me a candy and we head home together, snacking all the way. Shit. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Trying to think of what to do so we don't get fucked here. Got 3 of them, but that's not enough. I think we need at least 4. Let's see. It's time to start looking for monsters. I searched the area, asked locals, but find no trace of anything particularly suspicious. Fuck. This is not easy. Now we're getting to, like, hard mode. What if we try this one? Oh, no. I think the maid cafe and the shopping district is still going to be the same no matter what, but I'm going to try it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother because that's just gonna be a dead end. So I'll be right back when I actually do get it so that we don't have to keep blindly looking around.
それはそうと、俺はゲームとか大し
So
て
this
やら
is
ないんだ。
slightly different because we have him with
任
us.
せたぜ、どうまる。
You know, I never thought I'd run into a Menko Tengu like this, but I suppose a monster also changed and evolved with this over time. Yeah, no matter what, I'm out. I'm dead, okay. We can try the arcade, that didn't work. She's gonna give us a game over. So, I'm not sure what to do at this point. So at this point, I might just start this entire chapter over. Let's try one more time with the ones that we know we've got. I'm actually curious what happens if I take him. Excuse me. Okay.
大丈夫か、どうまる。いや、俺は大丈夫だ。すごい体験をしているからハイになっているんだ。
Bro, I'm glad I brought Shizume along. This place would have warped my mind if I was alone. He seems to be just insane.
お前は月に住む怪カツラ男だな。有名人だぜ。あえて嬉しいと言っておこうか。
Oh, you know of me? What the fuck? Looks like he understands human speech. His words may boom with an overpowering tone, but at least we can communicate. That's a big relief in itself. After all, there's nothing more terrifying than an unpredictable opponent whose intentions remain a mystery. As I understand it, your kind plan to establish domain over this celestial body. And so I have set out to drill a deep-seated fear of the moon into your earth dwellers. This realm must remain forever free of the clamor of man. And that note, are you earth-dwelling monsters by chance? You don't seem like ordinary mortals. I can only assume that the power of Kurokami-sama is hiding inside of me that led to that conclusion. Sorry, but I've got to take you down. My, you're positively brimming with spiritual energy. You'd be a formidable opponent, no doubt. So how about this? I propose a battle of wits. Take my moon quiz and we can settle this like gentlemen. Answer correctly and I promise to stand down. I'll even give you a souvenir. Answer incorrectly, however, and you'll be punished. Face down with this proposal, I Okay, this is gonna be funny. Yes. I could just kill him, but this is better. Let's do this. A quiz it is then. Tell me, roughly how far is the moon to the earth? Got that one right. Correct. Fuck yeah. Your words resonate with the bottomless respect for the moon. Oh, that was it? Sweet. Made by the rabbits that dwell there.
待てカツラ男、どうせならもっと語ろうぜ。月のこととかいろいろと教えてくれよ。
I have better things to do than take marry with mortals. So long now. When next you step into space, remember to both fear and respect the unknown. And with that, Katsura Otoko vanishes. That was cool. After finishing up the scene, I go back to my room to get some rest. So that's what we fucked up. She really is useless. Holy crap. I do need her for this, though. So I will be right back. I'm going to get through all of this part, and I will see you guys in a moment. So I'm back. We got the part. Things are going very well. Go visit the shrine. Let's go to the bit. Let's switch on. Decided to go to a bit. Okay. Oh. Alright, so that was, so I have to take her with me to the Kanzai village. Kazani village. Sorry, I was looking at it too quickly. Oh. Let's go to the shrine. Oh, I didn't read the email. That was my bad. So that's interesting. Things won't happen if you actually don't read the emails. I guess that makes sense, because then we wouldn't know to go looking for the priest. Curious. What happens if you refuse? Feeling a little uncomfortable, I politely refuse.
確かに外見は圧があったが、いいのか？いや、ここはお前の案を尊重しよう。
Okay, no, do not refuse. I thought maybe he turned into a monster, but there's really no reason. Okay, so we know not to answer. Oh, I know why you do the arcade now. I think I know why you do the arcade. Let me try something. The game is on. Oh, we won. Thankfully, I somehow managed to come out on top. Well played, thanks for the match. I would have beaten you at Menko, but this, I still need to practice. Oh right, the information. Go on to this address. Felt the presence of an especially powerful monster in this area. Acquired information on the from the Menku Tengu. The place he tells me about is Minato Dori. It's pretty far, so I'll check it out some other day. Alright, so that's gonna help us a lot.
大麻グッズはいろいろと持ってきた。
So she left. Give me my fucking peach. Okay, now I can't get my peach, okay. I'd probably spend 2 days resting. Yeah, I think we'll have to spend about 2 days resting. Which leaves us at a very dangerous position. But I think that should give us just what we need. Did the game freeze? It did for a moment. Let's go to Minantadori. The address I got from the Menku Tengu leads me to an apartment building. Using Kurokami-sama's eye, I pick up an apartment on the second floor with a heavy concentration of spiritual energies. Suddenly, a young woman emerges from the very same unit, and I go up to her. Excuse me, I'm feeling strong supernatural presence in your place. If you have anything to share, I'd love to hear you out of that restaurant over there, no charge. By the way, a Menku Tengu pointed me this way. My name is Kamakura Domaru, Hunter of the Paranormal. Okay, that's gotta be the shadiest self-introduction ever. Shizume, with all of his experience, thankfully manages to relax her. The young woman, a university student by the name of Kagome, agrees to tell us everything she knows. It's about a demon dog. It's a good thing you stopped me outside of my apartment. Miss Kagome starts her story on that note. I'm only renting the place, and the truth is, there's actually something very paranormal in there. She seems troubled. If there's anything at all that might help, please let us know. It all started with my cups and shoes floating around on their own. Things all around my place were levitating, basically. At first, I thought this was just how things worked in the big city. You're not very smart. No wonder your name means basket. But after a while, I wised up. No, this was a work of a ghost. At this time, I'd be thinking out loud, wondering where the remote control was, only for it to float right into view. Well, the ghost is helpful. It worked almost like speech recognition software. I'd mutter something about wanting my toothbrush, and there it was, floating in midair. So one day, when I was alone in my room, I asked if someone was there. I told them if they were, they should give me a sign by levitating a nearby cup. Sure enough, the cup floated right up into the air. So I went to ask various yes or no questions this way, and ended up learning a whole lot. Swear to God, woman, you have a ghost on your side. Like how this person is a ghost living in my room, and that they can't leave for some reason? They told me they have no physical body and all they do is manipulate objects, but they can't remember their name or how they died. I see. I think we may be dealing with a poltergeist here. The place wasn't classified as stigmatized property, though. I'm surprised there really is a ghost in there. Then again, it would explain why the rent is so cheap. Miss Kagome let slip an embarrassed giggle. When I talked to the real estate agent, he casually asked me if I wanted to cancel the contract. I wasn't sure how to respond. I mean, the rent is really low. You weren't sure? As in, you thought about staying? I mean, I think about it. This ghost hasn't done me any harm at that point. So I kind of just continued living there. You must have nerves of steel. But then a really handsome boyfriend, and when I brought him over, oh yeah, ghosty boy. Yeah, he don't like that. To my place, something terrible happened. One of my forks floated and flew right at his face. And not just a fork either, all kinds of things went flying across the room, clearly targeting my boyfriend. After a while, he just couldn't take it anymore. My neighbors thought we were fighting, but it was the ghost all along. I was so shocked, I ended up muttering to myself that I had to move. And when I did, a plastic cord coiled around my neck and began choking me. And a ballpoint pen floated and started writing on the wall. It said he was going to kill me if I left. I guess even if he can't leave the apartment itself, he could still put a deadly curse on me. I've just been so lost and confused, I don't know what to do. Alright, so this ghost was kind and caring when it was just the two of you, but the moment you brought your boyfriend over, he started getting violent. What a sad, sad ghost. Miss Kagome said her place wasn't classified as stigmatized property. It's entirely possible that the ghost's body might still be somewhere in the apartment, having never been found. Bringing you to the apartment might not be the best idea, Mr. President.
おいおいおい、何を釣れないことを言うんだトーマル。ここまで
Look,
来て。
it's not my fault then. Oh no, no, I want to see how bad this goes. Are you kidding me? Fuck it, let's go. Alright, fine, you can tag along. Shizumi gives me a playful wink. Anything that happens is your fault. I've already seen you get sent flying. I return to the apartment complex and enter Miss Kagome's place. This is the place. The moment I step in, the kitchen cupboards open. And some knives and forks float up into the air. Getting right to the point, huh? Shizumi and I block the knives, flying our way with shields we brought along. Guess it really does help to come prepared. The ghost doesn't just stop at knives, though. He starts levitating beds and desks, turning the room into a war zone.
とてつもないレベルのポルターガイストだ。すごい、すごいぞ。
Mr. President, this is getting out of hand. We need to leave. The ghost is way angrier than I expected. I think I might made a mistake bringing Shizumi along. Okay, what happens if we just go ourselves? Our ghost really gets violent with handsome men. Look at you. It'd be way too dangerous to bring you along. Shizume isn't happy with my decision, but in the end, he agrees to sit this one out. I return to the apartment complex and enter Miss Kagome's place. This is the place. The moment I step in, the kitchen cupboards open. And some knives and forks float into the air. Okay, so he's gonna do that no matter what. So can you actually be useful for once? So this is, I think, the longest video we've done in a while for this. But I kind of want to see what happens. Thankfully, having a woman with me, Mitsuki, okay. Thank you, fast forward button. I return to the apartment complex and enter Miss Kagome's place. Looks like this is working. This is the place. The moment I step in, the kitchen cupboards open. And some knives and forks float up into the air. Getting right to the point, huh? Mitsuki swats all the utensils that come flying at us. Alright, so there. I need to convince the poltergeist to stop while Natsuke fights off his attacks. Hey, you're a dude poltergeist, right? Look, I get what you're going through, but this is really hard on Miss Kagome. Could you please stop? Silence. No answer. But at least the stuff stopped flying at us. Suddenly, a pen floats into the air and writes something on the wall. How could a guy with such a hot girl get me? You make me sick. Go to hell. Talk about bitter.
何これ、私がドーマルの彼女とでも思われているわけ？まあ、可愛いってのは受け取っておくわ。
Alright. I unleashed the power of Kurokami-sama's arm. Still, I'm dealing with an incorporeal being here. I've got to sharpen my psychic senses. There's a very good chance the corpse is hidden somewhere nearby. I need to find it and hit it hard with Kurokami-sama's arm. Seeing that I'm ready to fight, the ghost becomes a lot more aggressive. I need to take him out and fast. Natsuke won't be able to hold off these attacks forever.
急いでドーマル！なんだか壁側が匂うわ！
Nothing. I attack the wall with all my strength. And when I do, all the stuff floating around stops cold. There's a dead body in the wall. I notice a white foggy thing draped across the floor. This might be Ghost Astral Body. I should take it. We have a room checked, and sure enough, they find a dead body in the wall. Looks like not even a real estate agent knew it was there. Apparently, the skeleton belonged to a man who was killed and walled up. Immered. The ghost told me he didn't remember how he died. But if he really was murdered, then maybe it's for the best he didn't remember. It must have been a traumatic memory. Miss Kagome whispers a soft prayer and hopes that whoever this ghost was, he'll find peace in the great beyond. We finally found Jimmy Hoffa. Congratulations, everyone. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Then we will call it an episode. So that one was a bit more challenging.
"私は腹が減っているぞ。どれもこれもうまそうだ。よし、仕上げるぞ。
Did we do good? And so, a repertoire of monster meal lines the dining table.
すぐにでも食べたいが、まずはいつものお約束だ。いただいてやろう。
Poltergeist jelly.
この白いぼんやりしたのは霊体か？ポルターガイストか。珍味だな、これは。癖になりそうだ。
Shaku-sama's blood wine.
しっかりと倒したようだな。強力な怪異らしく、味も匂いもずしっと濃厚だ。しっかりした飲み口。いいぞ。
Lunar rice cake.
焼いた月の餅か。香ばしい匂いがする。これが月の香りなのか。よく伸びてとろりと柔らかい。うまい。
Okay.
青坊主の心臓を焼いたものか。このコリコリした食感、広がるうまみ。こいつが奪ってきた命の味か。臭みもなくいけるな。しそうだったぞ。この感覚だ。このみなぎりだ。感じるか。私の力はどんどん増している。人間と同じだな。食えば力が出る。
Kurokami-sama strikes an amused smile. Well, that's our third feast done, and somehow I'm still alive and kicking. I go back to my room and sleep like a log. A lone bird lands on a young woman's shoulder and whispers something into her ear. The bird then turns into a single slip of paper. Bingo. Kurokami-sama calls me again. That can only mean one thing. A new hunt is about to begin.
いつものように食材を集めてもらうのだが、 今回は気をつけ
I
る
think this
点
is
があ
actually
る。
where we're gonna leave it. So we'll find out the warning next time. Thank you guys for joining me for more Kurokami-sama's feast. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.